Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we've mostly recovered from the big dump I did last night, though we still don't have any. Well, we're getting some industry, but it's not enough. Therefore, we have a lot of commercial complaining about not enough goods to sell. Every once in a while, industry demand pops up, and that starts to get worked on. But what we did last night, and was create this massive oil industry, and I like it, and it's staying. But with it came massive traffic. Like, I'm not even going to unpause the game. We've got... I've tried everything I could do to get them to be smarter about not sending out trucks. And they just won't. They just won't do it. And you can see a lot of this traffic here is trucks coming back to the warehouses. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So, one thing I did discover, you can see I built an airport, and the airport will stay, though it's going to get completely redone. One thing I discovered is they do ship from one cargo airport to another and vice versa. They go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. To the point that for a while, the cargo area here and this cargo area was just a parking lot for planes. I mean, it was just... they couldn't get out. They couldn't move. And it was not pretty. So we're going to try to address... We're going to try to address all of that tonight with some changes. The thing is, I don't really want to delete all this and then rebuild it, simply because right now it's employing 5,000 people, and that would be 5,000 people just suddenly put out of work, and then they'd have to migrate back over here and all of that. And I really don't want to do that. What I want to do is delete everything that's not oil industry. And start fresh with some things here. Can I delete runways yet? Is that still not a thing we can do? Yeah, for some reason that's still not a thing. So we're going to get rid of the airport for now. But it will be coming back, and the train stations will be coming back as well. I don't know why you can't delete runways. Like, I've never been able to successfully delete one without using Move It, and even then, it does weird. There we go. So now we come in here. These things are always finicky. Click on them. Yep. Still that and that. What I think I'm going to do is set Move It to just buildings and move all these oil industry buildings out of my way temporarily. And then rebuild the roads to better suit what it is I need, and also maybe make them a little more uniform. Like, I like the gap we have here. It creates better intersections, though with another plan that I have, we might be able to mitigate the problems caused by those smaller intersections. The one thing I haven't figured out is how I'm going to still get the railroad in. That's going to take so much time getting that railroad in. I'm not really sure how we're going to get the railroad into our airport areas. I have an idea, though, that might work. We'll just have to see. So that gets rid of all of that. Now I want to get rid of other things that aren't oil, like waste transfer facilities. Get rid of that and that. Somewhere, what are you? You're the household plastic factory. Somewhere over here, yeah. There's like this dude. That's not industry. That's not industry. Yes, I would like to delete it. Hello. How many times do I have to say? Wait, what are? Yeah, your waste transfer facility. Delete it. Why? Fine. Lead it this way. Gone. More than one way to accomplish that. Get rid of these. city services buildings and somewhere down through here. There we go, some more city services. Including, I think, some healthcare and some death care, but I don't see those. So maybe not healthcare. Is there any death care? Yeah, there's two. There's one. And the other one was over here. Let's see it. It was over here in the corner somewhere. Where is it? Okay, well, we'll just... Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. It's hiding there. So that should be all the city services out of here, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set move it to just buildings. And we are going to come in here and grab all of this, and we're just going to, like, put it all over here for a minute. Actually, we don't even need to go that far. Right about there will be just fine. Okay. So we're going to fix a few things. A few errors that I made. And to do that, we need to get some measurements here. So these roads are 900, but we are going to add some more collectors in here. So I think that was part of our problem. There we go. And then I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to figure out, we want to come out one space extra. So 910 from our collector. I forgot to switch. There we go. So that's our 900. We might even want to split these block lengths up a little bit more, so that not so much is riding on each one of them. That's an idea. But what we're going to do first is I want to figure out a couple other things. We may just stick with that, though. Yeah, let me put some roads in, and then we'll get rid of these crossroads to a degree. I want to keep my markings for where things were, and I think the easiest way to do that will be come out over here. That way I can just reference how far apart they were later and make this rebuild a little bit easier for myself. I need to go ahead and do this. Are these 30 per segment? They are. Okay, so 930. So that goes down like so. And then we want to delete this guy. And go 930 again. Right, like that, and then we're going to have another collector. So we're going to have lots of collector options throughout here, and we're going to have a few coming up and down as well. In fact, let's look and see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that works out pretty well. We could do one here and like one here for collectors. So this will get longer. This road here will probably have to move, and these will all probably have to move. But for now, it's a guideline. All right, so we want to go 930. Over that. So that road will now go there. That must be where I had the big petroleum factory. So anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? What's going on, gang? Hope you're all well. And then we want to come out 930 again. And this will be where our final collector will go. And we'll just upgrade this a little bit at the end once we delete this. So already that should solve part of our problem of having just too many local roads trying to service this whole area. Another thing I'd like to do is try to get another highway interchange in here somewhere, and I don't really know where we're going to do that. Because even though I've got multiple ways in and out of here, it all feeds to this. And they just have one way to access the highway, and that's not so good. If I had, like, bridges across, you know, so they could get to other places in the city, that'd be great, but I really don't know where I would build those bridges, because this is kind of swampy tributary land, none of which is ideal for bridge building. So we want to investigate our options, as it were. Alright, so get rid of all that, because we don't need it. We won't need all this back here. We will need these warehouses. In fact, I'd like to upgrade to exclusively the largest warehouse. There we go. So, we now have made a huge mess. So what we have, if we look, is a row of extractors, a row of extractors, a row of extractors. So that's cool, 3 rows of extractors. Then we've got a big row of storage and some storage here as well. And then we've got our petroleum production spread out into 2 rows. And then we have our plastics production spread out. I think one of the ways to help the traffic problem that we had, because we had a lot of traffic, if you remember, going up and down these roads, because they were producing everything here, and tons of trucks are coming back here to deliver to storage and to I'll think of it here in a minute, to deliver to the processing buildings, and it was just it wasn't working. So what I want to do is now start. In fact, we don't need any of these interior roads. We just don't need them. Because this is all going to change anyway. We just need our main up and out grid. Get rid of that. Whoops. It's alright. Easy to put back. So all of this is gone. So let's upgrade this little segment and then put this bit back. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm thinking we'll do our petroleum up front, plastics in the back, producers in the middle. And I think that's going to work out a lot better. We're also just going to de-zone all of this, because there's no need to have zoning there right now, because we just broke it all by getting rid of the roads, and it will be weird. Nothing much had really grown up yet. You can see some of the buildings that had built, but whatever. We'll just delete those once we're done moving everything back into place. So, let's think about how we want to do this. This is going to take a while. I don't remember exactly the spacing we had, so I'm just going to move these over here for this whole row. Figure it out. I just don't know that I want things feeding directly onto my collectors, so we might do something different here. In fact, we probably should do something different here. It just doesn't seem like the best idea to have these dudes dropping stuff right onto the collectors and blocking traffic. So if that's the case, we don't want collectors here. What we could do, what are we doing here? Petroleum. We could maybe put these dudes down here, run a road that, and then have our producer friends up here. What was the spacing that we used on these anyways? I'm gonna just figure it out. I don't remember exactly. Clearly wasn't this, because that doesn't work. So move these. Come on, move over one. You can move over one. Yes, you can. You can. Trust me, look. By the way, we're spending a lot of money to relocate all this. Like $7 grand a pop. Ouch. You moved over, no problem. I don't know why your friend had issues. Then if I go there and then there, that will work. You got a present today. Ooh, what'd you give me, Borg? Tell, do tell. Move it over here. Oh, wow. That's, I think, the same design of what I used to have. But mine didn't have a Pentium, it had a 46. Boy, that's a laptop, isn't it? No. Why can't I find an image of it? I'm sorry, 9600. That's one of those all-in-ones, right? Is it not? Where the screen and floppy and everything was just all right in there? And they're huge? Like a 14-inch monitor? No, not that either. Okay, that's the kind mine was. So, okay. That gets traffic up off the collectors, except for deliveries. And even that might not be the best idea. So we might, now that we've got a road here, just flip these. Like so. So now they are dumping onto the local roads, not the collectors. And I think that's the other two, yeah, are plastics. We might do something with these. I don't think they'll fit here, though. They won't. By one tile. And I really don't want to waste a whole lot of space going that direction. But at the same time, it may be worth doing. Ooh, a picture. Oh, I do remember those. Good old Compaq. That was my first PC was a Compaq. It was a Presario. It was that one big box thing. And they were actually really nice to deal with. When I got it, it kept eating hard drives. Like, literally every 6 to 8 weeks, my hard drive would fail. I'd call support. They would send out a hard drive, but they wouldn't let you put it in yourself. They insisted on sending out a technician. I'm like, I think I can do this. No, I know we have to send the technician, so he always had to come to my dorm room. And put the hard drive in, and it just kept happening. Time and time and time again. Hard drive failure. And, you know, I was a college student. I needed my computer to work. I needed it to not be down all the time. So after a year of that, maybe a year and a half, I called support again with yet another hard drive error, and they're like, oh, well, we'll dispatch a hard drive. I'm like, wait a minute. Before you do that, could you just look and see how many hard drives you've sent me in the past year? And he looked, and it was a lot. And I'm like, you know, I appreciate that you're willing to send me another hard drive, but what I'd really like is to have a reliable computer, and I think this one's got some systemic issues that is causing it to eat its hard drives. You know, I didn't know about hard drive controllers and all that back then, and I'm like, I'd really like to just talk to somebody about about you guys replacing this computer instead of repairing it. He's like, okay, well, I'll get a case manager for you. You should hear from him tomorrow. And the case manager called, and it wasn't even like a discussion. She's like, hi, I'm calling to tell you about the new computer we're sending you. And, you know, I just need you to verify your address. And when you get the new one, there'll be a shipping label for the old one. Just send it back to us. So I wound up getting something a little bit better. I want to say I had a 386 originally, and I got a 486 out of it. And I think it doubled the RAM, and doubled, like, the hard drive storage in it. And it had a shiny new 14.4 modem. I had to upgrade to a 56K. But my previous one only had a 9600 baud modem. You're not surprised driving that one's dead isn't a pile of other PCs. That usually is the case with those old guys. They tend to just get left behind like that. It's kind of sad. Alright, so we will do that. And we've got, what, 2 rows of those. Okay. This is going to take forever. I wonder, can I very carefully just grab these and get them to line up with the roads nicely? Just to get them over here, and then I can space them back out the way I want later. That works. I still have to move them. It's not as complicated. I'm trying to figure out where the roads were. Road, no, road, no. Road, no. Road. Yes, road, and this was the road here. Two of the RAM swaps today, just missed a side panel. The 8 gigs RAM on board the side panel was a bad thing. Eight whole megabytes of RAM. Dude, that was screaming back in the day. That would have been a beastie of a computer. I wonder if I could get this to fit in, like here. That might be an idea. What do you use? Oops, I didn't mean to... Yeah, I'd really like that to be more centrally located. Okay, anyway, let's get these spaced the way they are down here. I like uniformity in my big oil. Gap. And what do you mean space already occupied? Oh, it's the ones right behind. Yep. There we go. Now I can move it. And then this needs to come over one more. Come on, just one. Just one, please. Not 2, 1. Not 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Wish it didn't leave the building box open. So how is it that I have the same number of roads, but fewer of these duders? Yeah, that's pretty much what that was just now. Exactly. So let's grab another batch, move them over, and that can fill this backside. Not really sure why the spacing's not the same, but I don't care. As long as I get all of those production buildings moved. Mainly I'm doing this so I can keep the workers. I just don't want to have to wait for it to rehire everyone. and get back up to speed. I just, when I unpause the game, I just want to hit the ground running with all the workers again. Okay, so if two of these fills up that, so then I could probably just fill this up. Yeah, good. Ow. Well, what's that? Something like jabbed me in my elbow. Alright, so we will grab another set, bring them over to like right there. That makes them just easier to move. Give me that. Somehow I managed to click on the truck. Yep. And that one. That one. There. And right there. Cool. Yeah, these are all gonna fit. Then why did I put them on two separate ones? I think it's because I had this over here is what caused it. We're gonna redo that a little bit too. So give me another set of them. Put them right there. Doing all this just because this whole area, just the traffic was just unbearable. Just absolutely a disaster. So it needs some thought. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get them all in there. Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Because one of these sections fills out. Oh wait, what am I? Yeah, I don't want that. In fact, let's see here. I should. Yeah, this works. Once you've clicked on a certain type of building, if you hold down the left mouse button, it will remain. The bulldozer will remain tuned into just that type of building. So it will only delete zoned industrial, not my. You see, I'm hovering and going over these, and it's not even touching them. Oh, that should be all of it. Okay, so let's move these duders over to here. They do fit in there nicely. Maybe we just do this. Just kind of eyeball it. There we go. Now we have one field that's a little different, because why not? It'll drive all the OCD people nuts, and that'll make me happy. So that gets that and that done. Now I want to do a big row of oil storage. So what have we done here? We've got, oops, just a few more industry here. We did, I'm not worried about that. So we did storage, maintenance, storage that fit in there nicely. So we could repeat that. So, oh, get in there, storage. And storage, and then maintenance in the middle. Lovely jubbly. And then we'll just repeat that a few times. In fact, we'll just come in here, grab those, drag them over to here. It's not going to fit exactly because I've moved the roads. What I'm going to do is pop them up there. See it right there. Hardest thing now will be creating boot media. Yeah, I don't have... I have a CD-ROM somewhere, maybe still. I couldn't even begin to tell you where it is. I may not even have it anymore. You could pick up like a really cheap USB floppy drive or CD burner. Like, they're cheap. There. So that'll give me room for that. That would probably work. Did you just do a network install? Is a computer that old capable of doing a Pixie boot? Alright, so that gets that in. What network? Oh, does it? That's right. Dial-up mode. It doesn't have an Ethernet. That didn't start showing up in PCs for what? Another 5 to 7 years after that was made? If that. Alright, now I want another row of storage here. And I want another local road going across. Like that. And I want these going off the local roads. We're just going to take our existing storage, move it into place. Actually, do I want to do that, or do I just want to go ahead and start doing the pumps? We've got that row of storage. Yeah, let's just start accessing the pumps. Let's just temporarily relocate that. Alright, so let's try to drag all of these extractors in one shot here. I think I've got them all. Nope, there's still some here. These little dudes are not getting selected. And I need the little dudes. Sadly, I don't know how big I'm going to rope it. So let's figure that out. How do I want to do this? So there was clearly a road here separating those, and that's just... I don't want any producer. Fine with storage. If I have to put storage on the collectors, I'm fine with that, but I'd rather not. So maybe I'd really like all my collectors to be right together, or my producers. But these guys being on that opposite side of the road present a bit of an issue to do that. I mean, I guess I could just swap them back to the other side of that road. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so let's get our spacing here. Figure out what we need. Get these duders in. So those take up 4, so we want to go up 4 and come across. And then I should be able to get these in exactly back to back. Oops. Yep. Question is, does all this other stuff fit too now? Yeah, it looks like it will. These, it's on the collector, but that's not a building that produces trucks, so I don't care. Oh wait, I want this all on this side of the road. Why am I putting... Yeah, I did put this on the wrong side of the road, damn it. Okay, not a problem. This is where those single dudes can go. It is off of this. There we go. I went one too many. There's 4. Come on. There you go. I knew you could do it. Where's my other one? I should have one more of those. There it is. There, so I can space this stuff out a little bit better and move this stuff away from the intersection. You go, yeah. Why do you guys never want to go the number I want you to? You're always like, no, we want to go way over there. This is costing me so much money to reposition all this stuff. Bump this over until I figure out how much space is actually left. But can you move just two? Your friends? Yeah, your friends couldn't do it either. Yeah, whatever. Still can't. Jesus. Alright, so that leaves me with 2 spots. So move over 1. Move over 1. Move over 1. And then these little guys. Oh, wait, we still gotta put these little guys in. Back here. There we go. And then these tiny little dudes can go on the other side of the road. Right there. Along with some more storage. Cool. Let's temporarily put these over here. I think I want to get rid of the smaller storage if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know that I'm going to be able to fit these big dogs in here. I'm not. I can fit those in. I can fit that in. That would give us some variation. So yeah, we're going to do that. These, believe it or not, are storage buildings, even though they just look like a big series of pipes. They're storage. They hold quite a bit, too. So, the oil industry is a series of tubes. Oh, no, wait, that's the internet. So that leaves me with a gap of 2 right there. So I could go ahead and move this stuff in 1 each. Okay, so that's not uniform. Let's just experiment here. Find a solution that I like. And if I bump that 2 over, that one's 4, that one's 3. So the answer here then is bump that over, and have a bigger gap between those 2. Yeah, I like that. That'll work. Well, this is going to be time consuming. Why did I think this was a good idea? So we can get rid of all of these. Does these hold 900 barrels? And these that we just put in hold 1,200 barrels. That costs 65 a week to run. These are 32 a week, so 300 barrels doubling our cost. But I'm okay with that. We may use some of these just to switch things up. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have deleted them all, but oh well, I did, and they're gone now, and they're never coming back, so whatever. Plastics. I almost want to do just big warehouses right here, and that's it. And then get rid of these smaller ones. That's a pickup truck. No, there we go. Unique factory products. Oh, I do need those as well, don't I? Ah, I know where I can put those, though. Alright, continuing. Let's first of all get our roads in. There, and there. This is tedious. I also need to think about where I'm going to bring another highway connection in. I may just straighten this highway out. There's no real reason for it to curve right there unless it's following the terrain. Oh, it's following the terrain. But even then, it's not. I mean, up here, it's going up and down. It's not really following the terrain. I could easily straighten this out and bring it around and then just do a curve up into there and then have another connection there. That will be expensive, and then I'll have to pay for it. Right now, I don't pay for that highway. But if I build a highway, I have to pay for its upkeep. Not that we're losing money in the city. I turned on a bunch of very expensive policies Including free transport. And the city's still bringing in anywhere from 200 grand to 350,000 every single week. All on the back of Big Oil. These are all producers as well, yeah? Yeah. Let's see how these will fit in up here. Let's move them over one more. I think I see how I have them spaced. Quickly, I said I didn't want to send this any farther back, but I'm very quickly doing that. Then how many tiles is this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 as well. That looks like that was in by 3. With a gap in between each one. If it has to grow that direction, so be it. It's not the end of the world. Gap of 3, a gap of 3. I'm going to go to a gap of 2 because I'm running out of space. I think that's probably what it really was anyway. But go over just one. Just one. Just. You're intent on costing me a lot of money. How much does this cost me every time I move it? 2,400. That's not as bad as the ones that were 7 grand each. Your friend over here will move with just one. Why couldn't you? And right there, and that should be... Oh, I didn't put a gap between these. I kind of like it with the gap. Move way over. What do I care? Oh, you'll move one. That's nice of you. There. Starting to look better. Starting to look like a place. Alright, so now just the rest of this needs to move in. Oof. All of this. Actually, wait, no. That. Now, give me all of that. And see if I can get lucky here. Oh, no, because of where the roads are, though, it's going to line up differently. Yeah, forgot about that. So put it all up there, and then we'll move it down. So, yeah, let's do... Oh, my bitrate, like, dropped way off there for a second. I think it's fine now. Yeah, just for a split second, my bitrate just, like, went to garbage. Let's do... We'll just change it up and have alternating storage sites here. 3, and that was in 3. Cool. So then little dudes can come back here. They are very little dudes. So that's an awful lot of space there still. So let's move these in. 1 each direction. Then we can move this in. Just a little bit. Just so it's not trying to make deliveries right next to the intersection. And that works. Same thing here. Go ahead and move this over. And move that over. That cost me $1,000 per move. Is there every other one with a gap of 2 between the middle 2? Cool. Here, it's just like up against that, if I remember right. There and there with the gap of 2 in between. Yep. Cool. Cool. This isn't taking as long as I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to take much longer. So then we'll have another row of storage back here of these big guys. I just want to put that there just to remind myself that's what we're going to do. And that's all that'll be along this road. And then we'll have another collector. And then, yeah, we're going to need to expand this way some. But then we'll have all of our plastics manufacturing back here. And ideally, that means now that some of our oil can be delivered this direction, some of it can be delivered this direction, so that not all the trucks are having to go from up here all the way back and then fight each other coming back. That should spread out that traffic. We still need another highway connection, and we still need to get the airport with rail in, and I want two. I want a couple airport connections here and here. Which is going to make getting the rail in kind of tricky, because we've also got to put in a runway, like, out here. That will then let the cargo planes taxi and come over here, and taxi and come over here. While also getting the rail into that system. And rail and runways and taxiways cannot intersect. And you could do it with Move It, but... Not Move It, but Anarchy, but I'd really rather not. It would look kind of weird. We're getting dangerously close to that water, and I don't want to pollute the water. Oh, it looks kind of polluted over here. Is that pollution? No, there's not pollution. Also, this leveled up to level 5, so we got to deal with our ore industry tonight as well. I'll deal with you later. So, let's repeat our process here. These are... One away? Yeah, one away. I may... This row... Just kind of flip-flop this. Because there's not going to be a whole lot of traffic going to just these dudes, I don't think. I could be totally wrong. We'll find out. Yep. Also kind of breaks up the monotony of just the exact same thing per square. Though, my god, that's still a ton of these large oil rigs just sticking up out of there. Yeah, I'm digging this. This will definitely work. Well, these do have oil in them. So I bought two and I didn't need to. Okay, so I need to remember that I've got those two here in a minute. Move them down. I also want to go ahead while I'm thinking about it. Put in two more of these just so we have plenty of storage. These are all petroleum. And we will empty these out. And just have, well, we don't need the, zoned oil, we probably need a big one, but I think this one's fine for unique factory products. We only currently have 2 unique factories over here, though we may expand that and have a ton of them over here once I get the highway access figured out. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do to get the airport in right now. I want to do something like this. And hopefully, fingers crossed, get this cargo hub to, like, come in here. Obviously, I don't want it against that road, but I'm trying to use that for spacing. Figure out where the middle is. This is going to be tricky to get this just right, isn't it? Very. Also, I don't have a whole lot of space here by the highway, so we are going to have to change the highway. That's just not optional at this point, I don't think. Just come out. Pull. that there, and then let's see if I can't eyeball this in. It'll snap to that one, and then but it loses its angle if I unsnap it. So what is that? Just like one tile more each side. So that's currently cutting out 300. Let's go 330 and 330. Let's see if this will just fit in there. Ooh. No, we're still off. All right. Okay, roads, please. Thank you. So then 360, maybe. Watch this thing be not an evenly spaced asset and not fit in here. Oh, that one's not in the right spot. No, this one's not in the right spot. Okay, so what was that? 360? Yeah, 360. There we go. Now they're parallel below. That's close enough to the middle for me. I don't think I'm going to get much better. $420. So 360. So it was off by 2. That's the case. About 390. And 390, and then it should actually be in the middle. It doesn't like it, but what I'm going to do is anarchy it in. Delete these just to make sure we have a clean connection. There. So the trucks come in through this main building and then go out here to the word I'm looking for and can't think of. The cargo terminals. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to move that highway. Let's do it right now. I want to go ahead and start planning out my airport as well while we're doing all this. Just so I can see how this is all going to go. This is going to cost me a lot of money. And I am going to go ahead and level off space for the highway. As best I can. Draw a straight line through here. We are going to lose some houses. Not really concerned about that. We're going to have to redo the rail as well. So the thing we tried to avoid doing last night, we are now doing. There, and then I can slope this. So this is going kind of straight here. Not really, but back it off there. And then we're going to need to get rid of the railroad starting over here. Oof, this just turned into a massive project. But, you know, again, it's big oil. They've got the money to come in and tell the railroad, we're moving you, and we'll pay for it. And the railroad will be like, okay. Right, we got the politicians in our pocket. We are big oil. We are going to do whatever the hell we want to do. Alright, and then just come straight through here again. Now all that stuff's out of my way. And turn right like that. And obviously, we have a sloping issue to deal with. But that's fine, because we can deal with that. We will come in here with our slope tool. We will grab our high point, which is right there. We'll come to about here. And just slope that up. And just run that a couple times. And that should give us a nice pad to have just a nice, gentle grade for the highway. If they're paying, yeah, I don't think the railroads care unless it severely interferes with, yeah. You know, but this is a game and we can take liberties of pausing. What are you guys complaining about? Wrong area type. Oh, it's because this dude's not in their industry area. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Yeah, they might be nationalized. Not in industry area. It so is in the industry area. There. Where? What are you talking about? It's not in the industry area. You're on drugs. Oh my god. I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of my airport district so I can see what the hell I'm dealing with here. You gotta be careful with the airport district because it levels terrain. I'm pretty sure that, you know, if Big Oil is subsidizing an entire region like this with their tax dollars, even if they're like, hey, we're going to move your highway, the county would probably be like, sure. Yeah, you are going to move the highway. Knock yourselves out. We agree. You're also going to put all of our citizens into suspended animation for a while? Okay, fine. We're good with that. As long as you keep making us millions and millions and millions of dollars, sure. Let's do it. Let's make sure all of this is to the right height here. Get all that selected. Since we had some grading issues, we'll Control H. Yeah, a couple things were off. Now it's all nice and flat. So let's do the highway. That'll be easy. And the rail, that should be fairly straightforward. I want 3-lane with sound barrier, and we just want to go straight that way for a while. And then we'll build it the wrong way, this way, and then flip it. Yep. Probably doesn't need sound barrier all the way out here. I'll switch to regular highway here in just a minute. In fact, it probably doesn't need sound barrier much past here, so let's just go ahead and fix that. It'll be cheaper for maintenance purposes. Not that the city can't afford it, but that'll definitely be cheaper. And now this will make it even easier to get me a second exit off the highway because it's nice and straight. In fact, let's think about that real quick. Where do we want that to happen? We're about to hit the curve, so we want that to happen before the curve. Ideally, I want another collector coming off of here. So that would hit right about here. Which means I need to back off to about... Because highway interchanges are big. And again, money is no object. We are just going to pre-grade it. Make it nice and simple. And then we'll use the magic of landfill. Or fill dirt. To fix it here in a minute. I may move the ore industry. We don't have orbit there, and I really don't want to like relocate the ore. But I think it'll be okay. It's not going to generate nearly as many trucks as the oil industry will because it's not going to be very big. Okay, So, I just want to put in a dirt road real quick for a guideline of roughly where I'm hoping this collector will go. Excuse me. And because I'm terrible at building highway interchanges, I don't want to do a cloverleaf. They cause all kinds of problems. I don't want to mess with the diverging diamond. This dumbbell one, maybe, but it's gonna be a lot of traffic. I could just do another one of these. They work really well. But I just don't want to have the same intersection over and over and over again. Even do something like that. But that one's not the most efficient. We're going to have a lot of trucks. We've got the Milwaukee interchange. It's kind of cool looking. Let's turn anarchy off. It's not quite out where I need it to be. What's this look like? How's this function? So we have traffic coming off the highway, coming up here. They can only make right-hand turns. Interesting. So they would have to come down here and turn around. I am going to connect this across to over here. I'm gonna have another collector coming through here, or maybe even down here. We might do away with just a little bit of the tributary. Maybe a collector here. Why can't they just be roundabouts? Because it's a highway. Plus, they look cool. And they work really well. Like, this works really well. I mean, it is a roundabout. That's all it is a roundabout. But instead of having just one way on and off your highways, it has two. This gets janky every time I place it, and I have to do work to it. Oops. I always have to fix this. Oh, that's better. Though it's awful straight. What are you saying looks weird? Where the off-ramp meets the overpass? We're talking about the highway lane markings? Or the lane markings that they've put in? I indicate you go that way and that way. What about it looks janky? I don't like the fact that it has stoplights. I also don't like the fact that they can't turn left. Why can't these intersections just be roundabouts? It could. So you're thinking about something like this then. The dumbbell. These don't work very well for some reason in Cities Skylines. What happens is you wind up, so you've got a lot of trucks or cars coming in here and wanting to go this way and either come all the way around and all the way around. So they're going to block. So if they're exiting off the highway, they're now blocking 1, 2 different groups of cars to go this way. So people wanting to come straight across, as well as people exiting this way. And then, of course, same for this direction. They go in here. So you wind up with big backups on your off-ramps because of these. I've used them before, and they just don't seem to work. I may just do this one again, because this one just works. I mean, it gets busy, but I found a way to mitigate it. And the reason this one works is because the people who are going here and wanting to go that way don't have to come all the way around and block 2 different groups of cars. They don't block anybody because they've got their own dedicated ramp on. So they come in and ride off without interfering with those or those. over here, they'd have to turn right, turn around, come back, and go back over. So they would double over or double up. So yeah, I guess I'll just do that modified weird roundabout again. Because it keeps the traffic moving. But it's always janky when I place it. Like, something's always broken on it. Where is it? Where'd it go? This guy? Yeah, inner ramp roundabout. That's not quite where I want it to be, so let's bring out the highway a little bit more. I was in the right menu to begin with. Let's go about there. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'd like to be close. You know, let's put a small curve in the road. Oh, no, that's too far. That's almost perfect. Still don't know how I'm going to get the railroad and the taxiways in for the airport. Well, an airport down here and an airport up here. But it'll be one big airport, but I don't know how I'm going to make that happen. Oh yeah, did you ever let me move you? Not me, but it so is. That is an industry area. Yeah. That is an industry area. It even knows it's an industry area. What if I just place a new one? Will it let me get away with it that way? Yep. Okay, that works. If I get rid of that one, then this loses all of its level up. It'll get back up there pretty quick, though. But does it lose all of its workers? Maybe, instead of this, just use loaded to get this guy back in. I think that's our solution. And spin him around. He doesn't generate any trucks, so he can go right off. Collector. You squared off. You are. There you go. But he's still complaining not in an industry area. That is frustrating, and it still doesn't recognize that it has a main building. Yeah, probably have to just delete it. Anyways, back to building the highway. I'm trying to do too many things at once. So now if we bring this down in a gentle curve, like off of this, just start curving and bring that around. This is going to be tricky. Very, very tricky to get it right, but I think I can do it. I think I'm up to the task. I want to see my topography here and see where I'm aiming for. Okay, cool. I am aiming for right there. Come off at 180 and then go 560 meters, or as close to as I can get. 560.69, and then click to turn and bring that up. That should just meet up nicely. Other than the fact it made a weird bridge bit right there, but we can deal with that. Okay. So now if I do that again, it's 560. I'm using, you can't see it because it's covered by my camera, but I've got like a little mod that lets me measure things. It's about the same. Up. And that should be pretty damn parallel all the way throughout. Yeah, that That looks good. Other than this one weird bit here, and the fact that part of it's going backwards. So to fix the weird bit, we will force it to be a ground segment. And then we will go here, reverse this side. And that should be good. Do we have any weird? We do have a bit of a weird bump. That is a bit higher right there. And that's why it did that, because one side's higher than the other. And I thought I leveled it to that side, but I guess I leveled to that side. We can deal with it being a little uneven. But boom, that gets our highway back in. So now we need to do the same thing with our friend, the railroad. Hooray. Let's move this to that height. Hey, this actually placed once without being broken. I just noticed normally this is broken. Like, it's not connected there, and I have to, like, delete it and reconnect it. Just gonna make that height. We're gonna come in here and make that an elevated bit of road. Well, that's just not elevated at all. And I think I'm gonna try to sink the train down underneath. But first, I want to soften this out where we removed all that dirt. Removed all that dirt. We didn't remove it, we just moved it. Soften out these edges, make that look a little nicer. There. And what I want to try to do is get the train to go under here. That should be long enough that it can make a nice gentle slope. So if we start like here and just go down until, come on, you were working for me. Let's go off that. Go down until one before a tunnel. Is that low enough? I think it is. The blurriness is making it kind of hard to see, but it looks like my lines are clear of the bridge structure. Yeah, they are. Cool. And then we just need to get the railroad connected on this end. If you, yeah, that's, I always try to keep it even lower than that. So this can come out straight and then curve down here at the end, but we don't want to make it too sharp. It would help if I used railroads and not regular roads. So we'll go to about here. Then I will use my curve road tool and hopefully make a nice clean connection. It's not too sharp of a turn. Yeah. Currently, this grade is atrocious, but easy to fix because of the magic of mods. We come in here to the multi-tool, grab our set slope mode, go here to our highest point, go here to our lowest point, or vice versa. Our biggest grade is right there at 7.9%. That's a bit much. Hit enter, boom, it's all now a nice less than 1% grade down. Look at that. And we'll do the same thing when we come back up. But first we have to get it up there. So again, not going to worry about it being below ground for now. I'm going to go right here. And then I'm going to try to get this to meet up over here. But it's going to be a little trickier because that's not as straight. Gonna give it a shot though. Go about the same distance, about 560. There's a couple different places where the railroad's kind of sunken, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Oh, that made a tunnel. I didn't really want a tunnel, but it's okay. We can fix it. No, we don't need a tunnel there. We do not need to have a tunnel there. We will grab a terrain height right here, bring that out of the hill. Then we will convert that to our checks by saying upgrade and putting it on the ground. This last little bit's being finicky. There we go. Now, obviously, it's a bit high right there. In fact, we could probably just go ahead and improve this altogether. I don't like the fact it goes up this huge ridge. Compared to where the highway was, that was really an unnecessary climb. Now, the trick is going to be getting these connected in a somewhat pleasing fashion. Does that work? That's gentle enough. Yeah. And then we need to regrade again. There's somewhere that I know of that I've seen that like actually has, like I did in this town, like the rail just goes through the middle of the city, just at a sunken level. Like, unless you know it's there, you know, because you've gone over one of the overpasses or something, you wouldn't have any idea there was a train line running right through the middle of town. Alright, this one works really well. I like it. I like the trees to either side to absorb the sound. Alright, sloping. Multi-tool from here, probably to about there. For some reason that did not grab this one. So we've got 0.8, 4.5, a bunch of zeros. The inner, what is that going to do for us? I didn't manage to catch it before I unclicked it, but it'll tell us. There we go, a 0.7, so even better than the other side. Nice gentle slope for the choo-choos. That was the level tool, Brandon. Good job. We wanted the soften train tool. Just to get rid of some of the uglies here. And take that scar out of that hillside that I made. And there. That's pretty good. Though this, for some reason, I guess it's just the way when I was spinning it looked like it was a really sharp turn. Granted, I have to pay for all of this now because it's stuff I built, but whatever. Still think this might be a little sharp. But they'd be slowing down anyway because of this, and there's going to be another train depot back here. They would be slowing down to come into the town, so I don't know that that's too sharp. What is that? About so 45 would go that way. So is it about a 25, 30 degree turn? I don't think that's too bad. I think I can live with it. I think it'll be fine. I really don't know how I'm going to get my airport in here and have a runway. Unless I just do two separate runways. That'd be expensive. I could always just cram a runway right here by the highway and then have taxiways come up here and do the same thing back here. But I wanted to put my runway over here and have it to where they could taxi over or taxi down and then come back, and then these guys could come back and around. That makes connecting this road problematic. I guess I could just tunnel under. That happens a lot. Or airports, just tunnel under. The train, though, is going to be a big problem. I also haven't left myself a whole lot of real estate here to make a train overpass, so we're going to have to think about that as well. Yeah, I just don't know what I want to do, because ideally I wanted to place my runway over here. Runways. Like, it's not gonna let me construct it, but like over here, obviously it has to be longer than that. But that won't interfere with that road until I start making taxiways. And it won't interfere with roads back here at all. Yeah, we'll just have to tunnel that one. And then leave the trains elevated. A train would never go over a runway like that. That'd have to be so high up in the air, and the FAA would never allow it anyway. So we'll have to figure out a way to get the damn train in there. I think I have a solution. Okay, anyways. We got the highway reconnected. Let's go back to moving buildings. So I wanted to get my airport situated, and I think I know what we're going to do with that. The highway's moved. Well, we moved the highway quite a bit. That actually shortened everybody's journey, I think. Because we're doing a big curve, and now it's nice and straight and up and out. All right, moving buildings. We're moving buildings. Yes, we are. We're moving buildings. You were letting me do this so easy earlier. Fine. Have a second main building. Not operating. Not in an industry area. What? What? And we wound up able to use our original one anyway. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to question it. So a gap of 1. There. And right there. And these dudes back here. Oh, this is tedious work. But that's... Oh, that's not. I thought that was going to be all of our extractors. Now we still have a whole other road to go. Is this not just the same thing as all of this? It's similar, but it's not exact. Okay. Yay, we still have a whole other road to go. I thought that my oil tanks were going to be able to go here. Oh, wait, no, I have made room for that. Yeah, okay, these are going to move into there. Okay. I'm fine. This road, somehow, not straight. Don't know what caused that. Incompetence is the most likely reason or explanation. There, and then I want to switch these back to this side. Just to shake it up a little bit. Just a little variation. Come on. There you go. There. And right there. So when you look at it, you go down through here, all your big tall pumps all in a row, but then some of the smaller oil... Wait, these are pumps? No, these are all drills. You could really have more pumps and drills mixed, wouldn't you? Oh well. But at least it gives some variation, and the storage alternates what road it's on, so that will kind of alleviate some of the traffic problems. So I know I want a collector here. Oh, collector, please. And the right road type, please, because these are cheaper to maintain. Not that it really matters anymore in this build, but, you know, we can pretend that we're being budget conscious and not just wantonly spending tax dollars. There. And boop. And then we'll put these dudes in. Right, there you go. Just like that. Don't know what I'm going to put there just yet. Maybe more storage, maybe not. So we've got storage in the middle here. Yeah, we'll probably do just a row of tanks. Or we might mix it up with some of the other buildings. So I do like this storage building. I think that's just a cool, like, it's just underground storage. Storage cavern. I just think it looks cool. So these dudes need to come over here now. Marquee tool, please. Thank you. There we go. Or it looks like we might get a tree or two coming with us, but so be it. Put that all right there. And then move these in place. Now, how much of a gap did I leave between each one? One. I really wish there was a way to turn off that industry view, like, and leave it off. There's a mod that can do it, but I don't like some of the other things the mod does, so I got rid of it. It's called Toggle It, and it literally lets you toggle what does and does not display in the game, but I don't know. It does some weird stuff. So you are one away. That. How long have I been streaming and I've not unpaused the game yet? Hour and a half. But I can't unpause the game until I get this all done because it's all very broken right now. I think the second highway access is going to help this area a lot too. All right, stay on task, Brendan. Stay on task. These are one away. Gap of one. Hey, Finnick, what's going on? How you doing? We're fixing the oil industry that I built last night because traffic was... I mean, none of the businesses were complaining about not having anywhere to sell goods, but I just didn't like the fact that it was tangling traffic everywhere in my city. So I'm going to try to force them to be a little more thoughtful about their usage of their transit options other than just sending out trucks onto the highway. I don't know how successful that'll be. And I'm also going to try to take care of the congestion that was here in the industry area itself, because we had too many trucks trying to go to too, not congested, but condensed or dense of an area. Because originally we had all of these extractors down here, and then the stuff that processed the oil all up here. So all the oil was having to go that way, and then all those trucks were having to come back. At the same time, the trucks that were processing were having to fight to get down here too. So now we've moved our actual extractors to the middle and the productions to the outside. So hopefully it can go half and half now. Hopefully. I don't want these anymore. I don't want these guys at all, so I'm just going to get rid of all of them. Even though that's a waste of a lot of resources that were in those buildings, whatever. Okay, so now I need to leave this road and just get all of this moved in. Which we'll do this, and we're going to relocate this to somewhere else. I don't know where yet. I also... That was actually causing more problems. You can't see it right now, but there was just a massive backlog of trucks fighting over who got to turn where. And it wasn't good. Yeah, we're definitely going to cut into this marsh area. It's kind of sad. I didn't really want to. I don't know. It might still all fit, but then we've still got the airport back here too. So let's just go ahead and bite the bullet and lose a bit of marshland there. Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me a lot. Just to bulldoze a tributary like that. Mainly because when I unpause it, it's going to flood. That's why it hurts me. It might not because of that ridge. We may leave that ridge there for a while. I'm doing all right, Finnick. Just, you know, driving myself nuts trying to figure this out. So I don't want these buildings right on this road. So I've got to have something in between. I don't know what that is. We've got maintenance building, maintenance building. Why do I have so many maintenance buildings? Those are worker barracks. Okay. I don't know. The way it should be. I guess I could just put some more barracks here because they do help your efficiency by 5% each. They also cost a lot of money. Maybe that'll just be a place where some generic industry can be zoned. That'd probably be the best bet. And then we'll do... Okay, so let's go to my storage buildings. Put that in. Bring your collectors on up, because we know we're going to need some more space. Don't know how much, but we'll do that much. Excuse me. Oops. And then we will run a road. That. And over. Finnick, have you heard from Gina lately? I've had a couple different people asking me if she's doing okay, because they haven't heard from her. I'm just like, I haven't heard from her either. And they're just going to keep asking until I have an answer. But I don't want to bother Gina. Yeah, that'll work. And we can do generic industry there, generic industry there. This is going to get relocated off of... In fact, it's going to get relocated like this. Extend this out. We're going to extend this out. We're gonna put it right here in the middle, I hope. Oh! That fits like a glove. And then we'll just do like that. In fact, I don't even think this needs to be a collector, honestly, but just for visual continuity, I guess. I don't know. Lafayette Street. I used to live on Lafayette Street. This could actually just... Oh, it's too big. I'll say it could go in here. It could go here. There's not going to be a whole lot of... I mean, there will be some traffic on this road, and that can just go there. That's fine. Alright, so... Now we start moving all of this nonsense. Looks like this was one whole area, right? Yeah, well, we don't want this. Alright, so drag that over here. Yeah, that's... In fact, I'm just gonna... Oh, it's not big enough. That's right, it goes here. My bad. I gotta place them once, at least, to get my road spacing. Not an industry area. Yeah, we've definitely expanded out this industry area quite a bit. And then we'll clean up the edges of it later, because it is a big, big mess right now. Alright, cool. So you go there, and you go... I probably should have done these roads as well. Just to help me. There we go. So then how big of a gap is between you two? There's a gap of 4, so we can move you both over 1. Have a 2 spaced gap there. And then this needs... Ooh, how many tiles are you? That's a good question. Let's just move it here and find out. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the road needs to go right there. Oh, up 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. And those should fit back there perfectly. Fine. There we go. And there. And there. And there. Cool. Now, if I build this road, and that road, what I should, fingers crossed, be able to do is just drag all this over in there. Okay. But not like I have to do one little group at a time. We'll put this here, get it lined up inside this grid. That looks pretty good. Cool. And this bunch, move it mod, makes life so much easier. So they're not all going to be perfectly aligned, but they'll be close enough that they'll be functional. And we know that because they don't have big T's flashing above their heads now that they've been moved. Like, see, over here, they're like, we're not in an industry area, we're not connected to a road. Here, they're pretty happy, except for that guy right there. He's not happy for some reason. Dude, you are totally in an industry area. I don't know what kind of drugs you're on, but you are totally in an industry area. Alright, then I can do the same thing here. Sort of. We are going to have to actually move these, though, because I don't know my exact road spacing just yet. Just go somewhere. Just get out of my way. Go. Alright, so that is 5, 6 tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so put one more. Yep. How'd you get it to work? D-Board got a really old computer to play with.
Hi, Dare.
Hi, Dare to you too. I was checking what's going on. Thank you. 19 months at Tier 1. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's just leave them. Why are you letting me put that on the road? There we go, cool. Set the drive. Ah, clever. So then, wait, 54. So that group. Okay. So grab those, drag them over, plop them in, and then zoom in, make sure they're lined up nicely. That works. Oops, grab that group, except get rid of those industry buildings that I thought I deleted earlier, but I guess I didn't get them all. Then drag those over. Why does this one guy think he's not in an industry area? I don't get it. Line that up pretty good, and then these dudes to right there. iSCSI, dude. What's the bandwidth on like any type of SCSI? Not great. That would be the answer to that question. All right, and now we've got a place for storages. So we will have that, that, and then 2 more just like it. And these are plastics. Cool. So that's the basic area finished, but now we have to deal with transport. Which is a whole other can of worms. So we want to replicate that down here. So how many did I come out here? 390, right? We went out a full 8. And 390. It's there. $390. We remember where the cargo button is and spin this dude around, and then we use Anarchy to put it in. Kill these edges just to make sure they are actually connected. And that gets that done. So, if I'm going to have a runway down here, the train will be easy to get into this one because we can just go out and around it. This one's going to be a little trickier. It's going to have to go around the taxiways somehow. Yeah, that's gonna be a trick to make happen. Excuse me. Oh, I know what I haven't put in yet that I wanted to have. What? A couple of these duders. This is my smaller storage. And then one more. These two are going to be zoned oil products. And this one's going to be unique factory products. I'm just going to find a small form factor that has a CD burner. Is that what enough SF? Is that what SFF is in this regard? Small form factor? All right, let's clean up our industry area. It's got, we colored outside the lines big time. We're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna come in with it on, yep, the medium size like that, and then try to follow these roads. Very hard to see them. Bump out right here. See, really hard to see where they are. I mean, the mouse stays locked to them to a degree, but if you get too far off from where they are, it unlocks and I start coloring outside the lines. And you can kind of see it, like, when I brought it down there, it just stopped. Yeah, small form factor. Cool. Boom. See, it grabs it and stops. You can even see at each intersection it kind of hesitates. There we go. We'll just have that little blob there to get the main industry building. That's interesting. When I placed that down there... Oh, no, it did make an airport area. Okay. Let's say, so these are two separate airport areas, and I need to make them one. And for now, I'm just gonna do ugly. And we'll make it pretty later. Just so I know roughly where we're gonna be going here. Go, and then my runway to go right in about here-ish. You know, dangerously close to massive refinery. Because why not? Yeah, that's not going to let me overwrite that airport there. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. Oh, no, I can't undo with this either. I just got rid of more of our beautiful, beautiful marshland. You too like to live dangerously by having, you know, massive cargo planes that land really close to a petroleum refinery. Yeah. And by really close, I mean it's going to go... Runway is going to go like here. So it's not too bad. To facilitate building that runway, we are going to give ourselves a little road here. That way we can use these snap twos. Actually, I want it to kind of like be about the same length as that big collector over there. So let's just be sure that it is. And we'll have road guidelines that we can just snap to. So we will start right there and end. What do you mean airport? You're in there. Oh, part of it goes outside the airport area. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Picky freaking game. There you go. You're in the airport area. And again, this time with feeling. There we go. Nice long runway. Ish. For cargo planes, I think that's probably enough. What do I know? I know nothing about aircraft, but we're going to pretend that's not enough for cargo. Let's see. We can figure out how long it is. This costs 60 per cell to build, and it was 87. Okay, Google. What's 870 divided by 6? Ooh. It's only 145 units long. Is each unit 10 meters or a meter? It's 10 meters. It's got to be 10 meters. Like, that's got to be 80 meters right there. That, because, I mean, it's a huge building. If they're just a meter each, that would mean that all these pumps are only 3 feet wide. And I think they're a little bit bigger than 3 feet wide. So... it's only a 1,400 foot runway. No, 1,400 meter runway. So 1.4 kilometers. Is that long enough? Is it not long enough? I feel like it's not long enough. Whatever, don't care. I stopped caring. It'll function. As long as it meets the minimum required by the game, it'll function. And I just want to unpause the game. So we got to put this back in, because actually before we do that, we've got to say, no, you're not Willow Airport. You were part of this other airport. Spin this around again. Plop it in with Anarchy. Delete these two roadings. Boop, boop. And reconnect them again. like that. Okay, so let's get our taxiways and all that planned out. And I'd like to have 4 terminals per section here. So this is 440. So that would be 880. Let's bring that all the way up to 980 both directions. These are just guidelines right now. Go back in here, this road, bring that up to there, bring that up to there, and then that road to there, and that road to there. So 1680 is what we're building. So I can use that information up here. There we go. That, I don't know how long that was. 1050. There's a Y on my screen. 1050. And 1050. Cool. And we get rid of this. We don't need it anymore. Put our cargo plane stands in. Which for some reason, these roads never line up properly. And now I figure out how to get all the taxiways built so that all the planes can go where they need to go. Oy. Okay, so 2 here. And I'd like this to have a thing right in the middle. Comes out there, and then this that goes in, and then this will go to there, that will go to there, so this plane can get into that stand and then turn around and come out. This plane can go into that stand, turn around and come out, and then I just want to make this a smidge longer. So if it's not going to cooperate, because it never does. Oh, come on. What do you mean space already occupied? Occupy your space. There, you happy with that? And cross, and then this will be the way back out. So I want to do that to over here. Again, in the middle, so let's bring that in. Let's go here. Up, over. Flip that around. And don't worry, we're still going to have a way for them to get in. We're going to connect out here with the taxiway as well. In fact, let's start doing that. I'm gonna go in. This is a little trickier. We gotta bring this up. Why can't I ever get road guidelines for these? So annoying. There, you gotta delete because there's no node there, and you gotta have a node, or else it'll never work. There, and you will go that way, you will go that way, and then we need to flip that and that and that and that and that around. And then that says it doesn't have a connection, but it will have. So they can get in, they can get in, they can get out and go this way, and then that needs to connect up down there. Okay. Like, this is going the wrong direction currently, but we'll fix it. That, connect too. Flip this around. So that lets those planes get out. And then they will get in here. Again, I'm gonna bring this out so I know where it ends. There and there. And then just flip this around. So cool. All the planes can get in and out. So when they land, they'll taxi off this way, come in, that one can go down that way, that one can go that way, that one can go that way, that one can go that way. And then when they're leaving, they can go to the middle bit, back out, taxi way the hell back down there, and be good to go. Now, the question is, where do we put the train hub? And I think I see the obvious solution. Train hub can live right there. And then we can just bring the train tracks up and around over this way and get them to connect over there somewhere. Cool. Now we need to connect this end as well. And this is where it gets tricky because we're going to have to get a road under it and the train in here. I could also put the train like up here, but then I'd have to bring the train around and around and around, and that'd be silly. Whereas here it's just going to make the one turn and then out. Yeah, we got some work to do to figure that out. But first, let's get our taxiways in. Technically, I could unpause this now because it's all replaced, and they've got one terminal that they can start sending stuff through. So let's unpause it. And this reset, but it should start. Yeah, it's instantly. Look at that. Just boom! I just started cranking out. Our water pipes are no longer under the roads where they belong. So let's delete all these water pipes and replace them. So we'll need to pause for just another brief moment here. Sorry for all the bulldozer sounds. I know it's an obnoxious sound. I'm not the game audio designer for this game, so it's just somebody else. Like, most of the sounds in this game are pleasing, but this one is just great. Who knows, maybe that's on purpose, to disincentivize it, to make you live with your choices. Gotta get pipes in the roads where they belong. It's just the inventory. It's kind of sad. City Planner Plays, who does great. If you like Cities Skylines, you gotta check out his YouTube channel. He does great stuff, and he was doing a live stream tonight, same time I went live. I didn't get to watch it, so I'm gonna have to like watch the VOD, and it'll take me a week to watch it all. So we'll start by going underneath our collectors and then seeing what else we need. Ding. So I don't think, no, that might reach those. Let's unpause and see if they've got enough water. They do. Cool. So then I can go under this collector. And that'll get all those guys. I go under this collector. That gets all those dudes. And then just come in here. That, however, is a very pleasing sound. Just the chime when you connect water pipes. And then we will just go ahead and run a loop. Like that, and then for the airport, it doesn't matter as much. You would think the airport just run their water pipes as directly as possible. Ideally, they'd actually be inside the buildings, like either in the floor or the ceilings. So now everybody should have water. Yep, and that plate's already leveled up. It's already a level 2. Look at it go. How quick do we get to level 3? Let's just... And level 3. How long until we get to level 4? Halfway there. Still getting a lot of trucks, but that's to be expected at the outset because, you know, we did things to cause that to happen. We had a fire, but somewhere a fire department put it out, so that's cool. Yeah, we're less than 900, 800, 600 away from our goal to get to level 4. We're speed running, upgrading an oil industry. There's level 4. And then it's going to take a little bit to get to level 5. So, hopefully this plan works of having extractors in the middle, processors on the outside. We are going to get a lot of trucks down by these cargo hubs, large warehouses, until they're full. And then that'll stop. And then they should start sending trucks out pretty quick, hopefully up to the airport. So far, though, the airport has no active flights, which is kind of alarming. Because for these dudes, that's a short trip. Like, they just, boom, go right there. I also want to make sure they have incentive to drive on the collectors, and as much as possible they do. It's 20 miles an hour higher. And then, is anybody going to come here and start making deliveries? I would really like that, because these airports are really expensive. We're losing so much money right now until this place starts exporting again. Oof. Yeah, this was making like $300,000, so it's going to take a minute to get back up there. I think we can absorb a weekly loss of like $160,000 for a while, considering we have $122 million in the bank. And it's about to level up to level 5, which should increase profits. All my policies are on. So we should see the profits start going up once these dudes start exporting. But for some reason, they're just... Okay, never mind. They're all exporting by truck again. Why will you not use this? This is... Look, this was so much closer. We're going to make this very attractive to drive on. We're going to make the speed limit an outrageous 55 miles an hour down through there. And 45 inside the airport, which would never be allowed. I know that from personal experience. Speed limit in the airport's usually about 15, sometimes 5 and 10. When I worked for the Disney store way back in the day, our district manager had an airport store that was opening up in her district. And she liked the way I did all my organization for our backstage, aka stockroom. And so she tapped me to go set up the off-site storage, because airport rental, you know, lease space is so big. They had, where we had like 1.5 times the square footage of our actual sales floor dedicated to storage in our store in the mall. They had one little shelving unit and a tiny little desk. It was like about the size of the bedroom that I'm in. And then all their storage was off-site, like a couple miles away, but still on the airport property. And so I had to get license to be able to drive the van, which is a lot harder than getting a regular driver's license, let me tell you. Why are they using trucks to export? And it's booting Win 95. Nice. God, Win 95. That would have been quite the upgrade for that thing. That would have came out in 3.1 era. But yeah, most of the speed limits were anywhere from 5 to 15 miles an hour. And there's like certain angles that you're allowed to cross a taxiway. And the reason those angles are in place is because if you cross any, like, too much at a 90, if there's a jet, the wash will flip your vehicle over. If you crash greater than like about a 45, you'll face such a headwind that you have to use so much more on the accelerator that as soon as you get out of that, you may lurch forward into traffic. So it's pretty much 45-degree angles that you were allowed to go across. Oh, good God. Good luck finding a PS2 mouse. Why aren't they using this? I mean, I know why they're not using that. It's not connected. Yo, yeet! Mr. Glacio, what's up? How you doing? All right, let's get this one built down here, and maybe they'll use this one. Ooh, these are not lined up. Interesting. Okay. Looks like this one is sitting in a little farther. Indeed it is. It actually made a proper corner on these. That's rare. Probably because I had that road as a guideline. I bet that's what allowed it to make a proper corner. Alright, they're still not lined up. This is going to be tricky. I go live there for a minute and now move back. And my chat stopped scrolling. Hold on. Why? There we go. So why aren't you guys lining up? It's that. It's that weird grid. Okay. That's fine. We'll make the weird grid happen here too. So that you'll line up. I know how to make the weird grid happen. I know you don't have to give it a minute. That's my cargo, and then these were 1050, I believe. There we go, weird grid. Perfect. Perfect imperfection. But it means these will line up now. So back to our taxiways. Look at that. Beautiful. That looks like that's about the middle. That's about the middle there. So you'll go out, out, you'll go out, and you'll go out. And we are gonna... Ooh, that's a little too close to that road. And this needs to come around to over there, so I'm gonna have to... Oh, never mind it, let me do it. I'm very surprised by that. And there. Flip that around. They can all get out. Now I gotta get them in. Which is gonna require coming down and around, so we need to expand the airport area just a wee little bit. Definitely should make an image of this drive. Yeah, what? You don't have IDE in that big ribbon cable? Parallel taxiways? I'm about to have parallel taxiways. This is going to come down. Actually, I didn't need to send that over there, did I? I can just send this right here. That does not go to the other side. There we go. And then this, and run down this side. So there, and then I want to go a width out so there's enough room for the planes to clear each other. And then here we're just going to have to tear it down and rebuild it again because of the stupid way the nodes work on this stuff. So in, and this might be a little tricky. No, it's going to be fine. So then to there and in, across, there and down. You are fine, but we need to stop there. Connect those. And this one just goes down there. We don't need to connect that because he goes out there. So that one's now all connected. And look, they instantly started using this one. They just don't like that airport. That's so weird. I mean, instantly started using this one. What? Why don't they like that one? Okay, look, the reason we have dual airports trucks is to avoid this problem right here. Half of you can come here, half of you can go there. That was the whole purpose for this. That's why we spent massive dollars. That makes so little sense. Also, what do you mean you don't have enough? Oh, it's because these dudes are full. They've got to... It's going to take a while for them to empty. Alright, so now the real trick, friends, is getting... This is a tunnel under to here to clear the taxiways, and getting rail line into here, that'll be easy enough, and rail line back here, that'll be easy enough. This is the only thing I'm going to have to tunnel. So if I put my other rail... I really wanted it here, but then I'd have to tunnel the railroad too, and I can live with it being right here. Granted, very tight turn coming out of here. And then we've got to figure out a way. Well, if I tunnel this pretty quick, we can just use this land. Okay, never mind. There we go. Look at him go. Wonder if any of these are going to... Yeah. So they're just going over here to the other airport. Like, we can watch them fly across town. And... I don't even know what to say about the approach that this guy's about to make. He's landing it GTA style, coming in at a really funky angle at the last second. There you go. He just transported goods across town in no time flat. And I saw somebody over here complaining there's no water. All right. Didn't realize I had zoned that, but okay. There you go. Still a lot of people complaining about not enough goods, which is telling me that we have a lot of industry that still hasn't grown back in. Yeah, they're using jet plane to transport. Well, granted, I don't have my rail connected over here. But last night they were using jet plane to transport as well. I just don't get why they don't want to come to this airport. That boggles my mind. Absolutely and completely, I have no words for what they're doing. All right, let's get this highway connected so that we can have a second highway connection. So we're going to come out 10, 11, 12, and then bring this underground. Like that, and then just go straight under there, and then... Ooh, we don't have a whole lot of space to bring it back up. So, right there. And then we immediately got to start turning. There we go. That's not a bad connection. Can deal with that. Tunnels right there. We can still put a nice little airport fence in if we so desire. And now they have a second way out, and there they go. They're using it. Very cool. I like the architecture on that. That's got the vents. It's got this really cool flying buttress almost. I dig that. And that should alleviate some of the traffic backing up here, because now they've got this route to use. And I don't like these roads don't match, so we're gonna grab that and upgrade that. There we go. Now the roads are all the same. Industry crappy road. Wow, I'm surprised by how much they're using this one. That will definitely help over here. It already is. However, what we don't have help for yet is this situation, where they're all wanting to exit here. Hopefully when I get the rail put in, they'll stop shipping by truck. Ooh, I really should have made this tunnel go a little farther, because now we've got to get the rail across. Bridge! Hashtag logic, right? The rail will have to go on a bridge. Alright, so what we want to do then is make our main line this inner line. And go there, and then kind of... I wish I had a guideline from my highway here. But we're going to have to actually make a really big turn. Probably not that big of a turn, though. Can I get away with that? I really like it to be more here. That's just so sharp. Alright. Again, the trains would be slowing down quite a bit here, because they're coming into their stop. Let's build our bridge. Let's do the bridge first. Let's figure out where we want this all to go. Let's go off of here, because we know that's going to be at a 90 road. There, that's good. You got, no, you can build that. Why did you not build that? What's wrong with you? That's still fine. Build it. Thank you. Now I've got my guideline for where the bridge needs to go. Turn off the force it onto the ground thing. I don't know why that mod always insists on that being the default. All the trucks clearing just fine? Yep. Okay. And then for now, we will just make an incredibly steep drop. That we will fix in a moment. And we're going to try to figure out a way to get a nice clean connection into here. That is really sharp. Ooh, I don't like it, but I don't really have a choice. Let's line this up. Why is this not following that same curve? Why are you not following the same curve? Oh, I guess it's parallel. I just didn't look it. And we need to hook this one into here. There we go. Now, the question is, will they start using this train? Well, once I get it connected. Now, how am I going to get this over to there? And have enough room to connect everything? I think part of the answer is to just leave this as a bridge. And then we want to come out about here. So I want a bridge here. Like that. Will my curved road tool do anything for me here? Ooh, no, that's way too sharp. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything different than that. Do it this direction. Either way, we get an unbelievably sharp turn right there. I don't have much of a choice, though, because I've got to get this thing to go straight across the highway. I don't like going in an angle. I guess I could try to angle it some. But I was going off of this because I need this to get me the opportunity to do this. Which is bringing this down. Like so. And this is going to be the one I have to use Anarchy on. So, we'll connect these up, that, and like that, and then we will slope this all off, so that's not so tragic. But it's still going to be a pretty big slope, because that's a very short distance. Also, we need to fix this, which is easy. We just grab the Move It mod, grab one side, doesn't matter, and just move it like, you don't even really move it, you just move the mouse a little bit and it straightens out. Alright, let's see if we can turn this into a decent slope. Got 13 and 5, 3.6% grade on a railroad track. Or there's no idea. Let's see what we can do here. That's a 2%. That's pushing it. 2.1. I could maybe go there, to there, to there, and make it a little gentler. 1.5. I can live with the 1.5. There to there to get that side done too, and they should all be a 1.5. So that's not too shabby. On that side, but this is, I mean, it doesn't look that steep, but man, 2% for a railroad for the locomotive is that's a lot. Also, this bridge is not level at all. I'm just going to leave this as a bridge. There's no reason to have it go down and then back up. Let's level out the bridge. See if maybe that doesn't give us something we can work with. Make it a little more power. That turn is so sharp. So all of those to the height of that one. That brought that up a little bit. So if anything, it's going to make a worse slope. But what if we start the slope here? Hopefully it doesn't lower this side too much. It's worse. It's 3.9. How's it worse? How did it get worse? found a compact branded. No way. That's amazing. All right, let's make that terrible again. And see what we can get here. 5.1. That's no. How much can I lower this bridge? I mean, that is way up there. Let's go slow here. There we go. I want a truck underneath there. I just want to see how much I can lower this bridge down and not make it too unbelievable. I mean, that's still plenty of clearance for that truck. That's still plenty of clearance for that truck. All right, this should make the slope a little better now. So from there to there, it's still a 3.6. Seriously? I guess we're just gonna have to live with a couple. That one's even worse. We're gonna have to live with a couple of steep slopes. So let's slope this down then. At least this side we can make a nice gentle 0.4 consistently. And then they're just gonna have to just push that throttle and then immediately get back off of it to go around that really sharp corner. Not ideal. And then we need to split it off again. So I guess... Ooh, that's an option. No, that won't help us any here, though. We are going to have to split it off again because it's going to come this way. So, come in here, give me this, go straight off of here. Use Anarchy to do so. And go out about that far. And then grab, move it, and just go... Oop, and that's fixed. And then I want to drop the railroad down to ground level. Like that. Slope this. See what we're dealing with if I need to go any farther. 2.2, you know what? As bad as that side, so I'll live with it. And then bring this train around over here. So we are going to start facilitating that movement, but we're going to do it from this end. We're going to go out straight to there. We're going to level some more terrain. Oof. Alright, let's fix this nonsense here. Being very careful not to disturb our marshland too much. There you go. That's an okay end for that tributary. And then actually, let's just have this coming out at a curve. Nice, big, gentle curve. That. We'll do the same thing on this side. But it will hopefully... it doesn't want to stay parallel, though. OS2 Warp. Oh my god, I remember when OS2 Warp was like going to defeat Windows. It was going to be the new hotness. They're using that train a lot. It was going to be the thing. I was kind of sad when it died in very quick death. I had it though. I played with OS2 Warp. Alright, so I'm going to come back to... Let's just do it this way. We'll go... Ooh, that's... No, that's going to be too close. Let's go up 2 segments more. And come out 4, and then go 4. Oh, that is really close to those planes. Really close to those planes, but whatever. I don't care at this point. Just need to get this over to there now. Easy enough. We'll do about like that, and then we'll come in and finish it off with the curved road tool. And that gets that one connected. So they're using this train station down here a lot, and they're using this one jet stand a lot. Why are all these cars just disappearing? They're supposed to go in and come back out. All right, so where are you going? You're exporting to another town. I was really hoping you were exporting internally via rail. Because rail is a whole lot cheaper to find. Why are these just disappearing? Does this road need to be lengthened a little bit? Is that the problem? I can do that. Granted, it messes up my symmetry, but hey, you know, if it makes you happier. No, they enter there and exit there, but they're not exiting. They're just vanishing. It's... They should be turning around and going back to their point of origin. Very peculiar. Oof. They just don't like this cargo attachment down here, and that just, I guess because this one maybe is a shorter distance, like that the trains and planes will have to make. That's all I can figure. That one down there is just a shorter distance, but this is a shorter trip for these guys. Makes 0 sense. So we still have one area with a lot of bad traffic, but it's not several areas with really bad traffic. I can live with just one intersection, well, 2 intersections having really nasty traffic. Because it was like backing up way deep inside of here, so this isn't as bad. So we need to get our fire coverage back in here. Looks like that's going to cover it pretty well. And police coverage, that covers it mostly. For some reason it doesn't help these guys back here. Same with our fire coverage. So we will do small stations for the airports, just to get them covered. There we go. And then we need some death care out here because people will die at the oil industry. Sad, but it's true. That'll cover you just fine. And I really don't want it on a collector. It's already occupied. No good place to put you. There we go. That gets you covered. And then back here needs some coverage. There we go. That should be fine. And then I want to get garbage service on both ends. I want to get this big dude put back in. So I think I'm just going to put him off of this road that we built for that guy. And then he doesn't actually send out garbage trucks to pick everything up. He sends out big waste transfer trucks. These are the trucks that get sent out to actually collect the garbage. I really don't want it on a collector. So what if we do like one there and one there? That should get that fairly well covered. I could go ahead and reconnect this, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave this isolated as a city services area and just be done with it. Alright. So we've got a good division of trucks that want to go on the highway using the two connections now. So this is no longer a giant cul-de-sac. It has more than one way in and out, which is good. We've rerouted the highway. We completely rebuilt our oil industry, which is still being stupid in the way they export stuff, but whatever. At least a lot of them are using rail. Why they're vanishing, I don't know. Here, we're gonna check something. So when you vanish, waste oil refining plant. It's this one. When it vanishes, when this yellow truck disappears, I want to see that truck number goes down by 1. And yeah, so it's teleporting back to its base. Whatever. Hey, you know what? That's that much less traffic that's on the roads. I'll embrace the glitch. And nobody's coming down here. I really thought these dudes were going to be like, oh, hey, we got our own airport. And that only these guys down here would be exporting that direction. Again, this is where I wish I could assign. Like, tell this building, this is where you export. I wonder if I would make these 2 separate airports, if that would do anything for us. I think then I would need 2 separate runways, too. Whatever. At least they're using these stands down here, too. We have 23 active flights. This airport will never make money because it isn't going to level up to level 3 because there's no passengers coming in and out, and it has no attractiveness. What it does need, though, and I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it just dawned on me, we don't have air traffic control. And it has to be on a concourse. We've got to have air traffic control. So I guess I could just put in just like... Space already occupied. Oh, there's a train right there. Where's the middle of our runway? So 16,900, so 8,450 is there. So go out. How am I going to do this? Actually, let's use dirt roads. Dirt roads are your friends for getting quick information. We'll go right there to right there. So 2420, so 1210, which is that even a number that's going to exist via this? 1220, that's close enough. So that's our middle right there, roughly. So then if we just do a tiny little stretch of a concourse that way, a tiny little stretch of a concourse that way. Yeah, they've got it's a building that has to be connected to something, and that's not big enough. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. It's just this road somewhere. I mean, it's not 100% realistic. Ooh, that is. Ooh, that just clears. That just clears. There we go. They've got a nice, good view of both ends of the runway. They want a little water. I can get them a little water. There we go. The problem is... Well, no, because no passengers are going to try to go here. Yeah, no passengers are going to try to go there because there's no passenger stand, so it's fine. I almost wonder if I couldn't just get away with using, like, this really crappy one. The old one. Your space is already occupied. Come here, do it. There we go. That's a little better, and I think I can even move this back some. Move it to this side, and then move it back. At least that looks a little more utilitarian. Granted, how do the employees get out here? Not my problem. This is not a road you can connect to. This is just decorative. I wish it were. I wish... Whoa, hey, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. This is not rated for a mature audience, friends. The taxi's such a long distance to get over there. But that's because I wanted my runway centrally located. Alright, so what nonsense do I need to fix with this terrain? Let's make a big part of this a bridge. It should maintain its slope just fine. There. And I think that's about all the terrain crap I need to fix. I'm just not going to worry with that airport zone. I don't care anymore. Why are the trash trucks not getting back here? But they don't even have to go in. They just got to drive by. Also, hey, my traffic, though, it was down to 73 and 75%. We're up to 83 and 82. So this was worth it. This time that we've spent tonight redoing what we built last night, worth it. At least in my opinion. That tree would never be allowed to exist. So let's cap off our airport area by laying down a bunch of concrete. So I don't know about you, but I don't know of many airports that aren't just miles and miles of cement everywhere you look. In fact, can I get a nice sharp line that way? Oh, it's crooked, so we're not going to do it. You think that's how they get to work? Air traffic controllers just take a shuttle down the taxiway? Probably. Whoops, I colored outside the lines. Every airport I've ever been to, yeah, there is grass visible from the runway and taxiways, but usually any area immediately around it is always just concrete. And I don't know, to me, it just looks better to do this. I think that just looks better than leaving a bunch of grassy areas. And it kind of anchors, like you can, it defines the edges of the airport, I think, a little better to do that. The world's most symmetrical airport. They're an equal distance away from the runway. They are identical, just mirrored. I like it. I like it a lot. Brought to you by the Letters OCD. I don't really suffer from OCD. Okay, so we need to come back in and paint a regular district now. But slightly smaller than the oil industry so they don't overlap each other. No suffer, you cuddle. Oh, shit. Come on. Really? Really? There's grass around the runway? And they overlapped anyway. Whatever. Oop, make that oil industry specialization and just fill in some selective areas here. There's good. Back here is good. Here is good. And I think that's enough. You're a moderator, so you're allowed to post links. And a little bit there. The bot doesn't even... The bot just ignores you. A couple little tiny ones here. And done. So, zoned industry, zoned oil industry, unique factory products. Cool. So that will export to unique factory products, and if I can find it again. It's the plastics factory. There it is. That will export to it. That just opened Google Maps for me. It didn't even go to the right area. I don't know why, but it didn't. Oh, I'll be damned. Grass, 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 grass. Huh. There's a lot more grass than I was expecting. Well, I can't remember the name of the airport. There are not that many airports in Springfield. There's a downtown one. There's what I'm thinking of. Oh, it's that way too. It looks like it does have 2 runways, but this is the old airport, which is now just Expedia. Like they turned it into a call center, and then they built a new airport and a new runway over here and connected to it. And now this is a private runway. This one, for all the hangars and stuff that already existed. I really remember there being more concrete than that. Yeah, VBorg, when I was looking for a USB 3.0 to 2.0 header adapter, I found several, but they were all like, this thing disintegrated and melted within a month, and then I couldn't ever remove it from my motherboard without damaging my motherboard. I really thought there was more concrete than that. It's just up here by the building. So that means I would not have this concrete. We will appease the hobo. Make this brush bigger. Very carefully get up to that one. There we go. Is that better? The hobo must be pleased. I would like square all this off and not have it in there, but we're not aligned to the grid of the map, and it would have to be in an angle, and I think that would just look dumb. And I'm not going to bother doing it over here because while most of these buildings are all just concrete, some of these have grass and sand. And so I don't want to just come in here and lay down a bunch of concrete. Like, I could get away with it in here, in these areas. And I might do. Let's see if I like the way it looks. Whoops. Let's not get it over to the edge of the road. Hey, Kiltastic, what's up, buddy? Do we like that? I think it's too much concrete. Kind of like the little separating lines. Yeah, they just aren't going to use this airport, are they? They just never are. That's sad. I'm not going to tear it down. It's half of 10 grand. We're only making $80,000 now, though. We were making like 250 to 300. That's still making big bank. You're drunk as shit off beer. Nice. Was it... Our road costs didn't go up. Our transit costs went up significantly because of the amount of railroad that I put down. It's expensive. Oh yeah, taxes are nothing, dude. But even with, there we go. Now it's popping back up towards you. I lowered taxes because this, we were making like $500,000 a week, and this, look, I mean, I've already made another $10 million since I've unpaused the game, and I only unpaused the game like 15 minutes ago. So we're just drowning in cash. So I cut everybody's taxes to 1%. I cranked up maintenance on something. Oh, on the airports, so we could get even more flights in and out and make our main airport even more attractive. We went up 10% boost there. And then I turned on just a ton of policies that cost a lot of money. Like the smoke detector to help with fires. We turned on free Wi-Fi, park maintenance boost, automated sorting, for-profit education. And all kinds of crazy stuff. We did a workers' union, which reduces income by another 2%. So I guess we're actually paying our people to live here now. Because it's at 1%, though it reduces it by 2% of the 1% that exists. No, our city taxes are high here. Like when I buy a car, I'm going to Little Rock because their city taxes are 1.5% less. Well, the city and county here both, because it's a resort, a lake resort area. But like I turned on all kinds of stuff, lightning rods, which cost 1.6 credits per building, and we got a lot of buildings in this town. All this stuff is being paid for by oil. And we're still rolling in. You know, the lowest we saw is at 56,000. This main airport, dude. Last night I saw it get to 460 active flights. It's at 400 right now, 399, which is just crazy. And oh my God, we've got the conga line of jets again, waiting to. Because why? Why would you use a jet to fly goods from one side, from there to there, when there is a perfectly good rail connection? Like, where are you going? You're exporting out of town. Where are you going? You are going to this one. It makes no sense why they are using freaking planes. Let's take our speed down. We'll ride the rail here for a minute. Check our grading and our corners and just make sure they're not too egregious. Airport's pretty easy. It's a little sharper than I'd like it to be. Whoa! We just took out a cyclist. Oh, we almost took out an old lady. This is kind of a nice little trip by rail. A little bumpy right here. I like seeing all the planes flying around. I mean, I know the planes are faster to get goods from one side of the city, but it just makes 0 sense to do it that way. Okay, you should be slowing down here, buddy. There you go. And then there's not a whole lot I can do about that dip. It's just, there's just not a lot I can do about it. Now, let's see if they send stuff back. Nope. That train just ceases to be. We still have a ton of people complaining, or commercial complaining about not enough goods. We're importing a shit ton of goods. Do we still have that much industry that hasn't filled back in? Not really. Okay, over here we do. Alright. And the problem is this, and over here. Anytime we get any industrial demand, it's going to go to these specialized industries first. Every time. I think this looks better too, now that having the collectors instead of just a bunch of local roads. And it's working too. That's the thing. Having gridded out local roads between a lot of big collectors, look, they are preferring, for the most part, the collectors. I'm tempted to eliminate left-hand turns right here and force them to come down here, but then that might create a bottleneck there. And they can go in both sides. They can come in over here too. They just are choosing not to. But if I get rid of left-hand turns here, that should get rid of this big bottleneck. We'll still have this cross traffic. But I can deal with just a little congestion right here. The whole thing was just turning into gridlock throughout it. So we rebuilt it. Because, you know, we had $120 million. Why not spend a lot of money on just completely redoing your infrastructure? We straightened out the highway. We ran new rail. I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this at all. I almost think I should bring it over here and connect it. A lot of trains, though. A lot of trains. Where are you going? Right. Any of these going to that other airport. From one airport to the other. Oh. None of them. Let's get another one to generate here. I do like seeing the plane activity out here, though. It's kind of nice. They always seem to prefer just a couple of the cargo stands. All right, where are you going? You're going out of town. So use the planes to go out of town. Use the trains for inside the city. Just makes no sense. Like, I guarantee you this freaking plane is going across town. One of these is going to be going across town. Came from there, you're going to there. You came from... Oh, you're in the same place. Where are you from? You're from there, okay. You're probably transported out of town. Well, it's hard to say, though, because that's their owner. We don't get any trips from here to here, though. I suspect we will once we add more industry out here. And we are going to add more industry out here somewhere. I just don't know where yet or how. We'll figure it out. We're going to add a lot of the specialized factories. Garbage buildup out here. And we've got... Dude, send more trucks. Why have you only got 4 trucks out if we've got all these places complaining? Send the truck. Now let's get rid of left-hand turns here. And see if that helps us at all. So you can only go straight, turn right. Well, they're still going to have to fight to get across that, but these guys that are turning right aren't going to have to deal with these guys turning left in front of them. They only have to deal with these dudes. Let's see if that doesn't clear this up at all. I don't know why they're not coming in this way, too. They can. This has got 2 different entrances. Oh, that's dumb. Why are you coming in? Okay, never mind. I'm about to say, so help me God if you're coming all the way over there. I was about to be pissed, but they're going here. It's fine. I just like the way they actually do get to drive. If you build it right and don't connect this road to your outer roads, they actually do use the entrance or the cargo terminal. Otherwise, if you connect these roads, they'll just drive straight to those roads and be done with it. They just skip this, and then you're paying for $3,000 for a building that never has any real purpose, but is required, I think. I think you have to have it for it to operate. What are you complaining about? Not enough raw materials. What do you want? You want ore. Okay, well, we were going to get to the ore tonight, but I spent too much time. We'll have... This needs work. This was just here temporary to get us up to a level 5. It's losing money nonstop. But it doesn't matter because we are completely subsidized by big oil. We're just going to ignore all of that. Why do we have a death wave again? Yeah, I didn't lock my people away. Why do we have a death wave? I guess it's not that bad. Yeah, by the time I got over here, they were all gone. It's a lot of buildings complaining, though. A lot of buildings complaining. And it's going to be a while before that gets addressed because we have 0 demand for industry. Yeah, that took care of most of this congestion here. There's still a little bit right here as these guys struggle to get across. But I can deal with that. That's not so bad. Our traffic's at 82%, so let's investigate where we still have some backup. It's busy here, but it's moving, so that's fine. This cleared up fine. We have... it's busy, but... I mean, it's backed up 2 blocks here, but it never stalls out for very long. Oh, it's backed up 3 blocks now. Maybe I spoke too soon. Here's it's backed up a block. How long does it take to get through there? A little longer than I'd like it to. So that's really busy right here. Where are they all wanting to go? Looks like the majority of them want to either go across. Most of them are going across. Very few are. So public transport is going across. My private vehicles are leaving either direction. Or going that way, either direction. We have a few private vehicles going across. City service vehicles occasionally. Well, it looks like it's just kind of a it comes and goes type thing. There's not really a whole lot I can do about this. These trucks refuse to come over here and deliver to this to export. They just keep going on the highway. Or they drive all the way over here and export at the, oh my god, the airport that has become a parking lot. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good at all. And I have nowhere to expand. The only thing we could do would be get rid of some passenger planes, like a chunk of them, and put more cargo in. Because this plane's waiting on that guy to leave, and who knows where he wants to go. He wants to go to that one, but he can't get in because of that. I probably need Whoa, you're backing up quite a... Whoa, hey, whoa, what? He can't get out because they're in the way. This guy can't get in because they're in the way. Though he could, because there is another route through there. He could turn there and go wherever he wants for those passenger stands. How can I fix this? I don't know. So I've got these two big warehouses here, so it's not like I could bring this down and come across, because then there's that. Not really an easy way to fix this. Good thing that doesn't go into my traffic percentage. Hey, Ghosty. Yeah, it was free pretty recently. Why does it take so long to load? He's just returning to facility, so what's going on? Disappear. If you're not being loaded back up, then cease to exist, please. You're wanting to go there. The game can be confusing. My best advice... Ooh, look at all that traffic. Holy shit. My best advice is play the scenarios. They do teach you a lot about the game. Why are you just sitting there? Oh. It may not seem like they're teaching you about the game, but they are. Because there are no actual tutorials. And then if, like, you want to watch some YouTube videos by somebody who really knows what they're doing, look for a channel called City Planner Plays and watch his Tutoria series. Like, that's the name of his city, is Tutoria. And he goes, like, concept by concept that's in the game, and then once he's done all that, he's now going to the different DLCs and showing what they add to the game, and stuff like that. I really need to get rid of all this concrete over here now. There's too much concrete over here. And he has a list of mods. Though, does Epic have something equivalent at the Steam Workshop to download those mods? I gotta do something about this traffic here. See what I was saying about they don't really use the building if you connect the roads directly? I learned that on this airport, and that's causing a lot of my traffic problems. I could just eliminate... I can eliminate that road, no problem, but this one has a warehouse sitting on it. And I don't have a place to put that warehouse, and that is unique factory products. Can move it over here. Because my unique factories are here and here. So if I moved that back here, and then killed these roads. No. Ooh, there's a police station, but that's fine. I can just reposition the police or fire station like that. Holy crap, it's 11:30. Now they should go through here to drop everything off, but they're not. Why not? Can they not make a left into there? Alright, Giltastic. Are they incapable of making a left into there? It's not a divided street. We can always turn right here and come around. I mean, I think that's what this dude's doing. I think that's what all these dudes are doing. You gonna go in now? Yep. So they're going right. and coming around and then going out. That may have solved it because now they're not getting in each other's way. You just prime sub. If you reload the page, it should give you the little thing to like announce it so that you get an alert and everything on the stream. Yeah, that's helping this area. And then to help this area, this is an easy fix. I've got a road that I downloaded that is... There it is, 5 months with Prime. Appreciate it, man. You gotta get your shout out on screen. Where's my 4-lane road? Where is it? Did I just pass it? No, that's 3 and 1. That's 4-lane, but for trolleys. I don't want that. There it is. Okay. So this I can fix pretty easy. We just need to come in, now that we've given them that, they should figure it out. Nope, they didn't. Okay, not a problem. We can just tell them where to go. But you get that lane, you get that lane, or go straight. You get that lane, or go straight, and you go there. I think those are the only ones I really need to worry about. And that, yeah, instantly cleared that up. Good night, Killtastic. So that cleared that up. That was an easy fix. Just those 2 roads and that. Oh, there's still a tiny bit of road right there. There we go. I'm like, what's that round thing? And then I noticed it had writing in it. Perfect. Yeah, this is much better now. I'm glad they're smart enough to figure this out without having to make it one-way roads. And then they just leave, and these dudes aren't in their way at all. Whereas earlier we had everybody wanting to turn left here and blocking up traffic that was coming that way, and that was the problem. So what did that get our traffic up to? 82%. We're still at 82%. I bet it's... Actually, this is all flowing, so where's our backup now? Oh, it's shifted to here. Whatever. And then, of course, this is busy, but it's going to be busy because there's all these trucks wanting to do exports. Still a disturbing number of trucks that are going to the highway. But at least most of these are going out of town. Very few are coming down this lane to go into town. I just wish they were using rail more. Like, where are you going? You're going out of town too. Makes no sense. Use planes to go across town, and that results in this nonsense. That's just stupid. I guess the oil industry's like, well, you know, we're making millions of dollars. Let's just use planes to go, what, 6 kilometers? You wouldn't even get up to, like, cruising altitude. There might be a mod, but the one mod that I have that... So we've got this. So prefer local district services, further improve locality. This is for, like, your services, right? But then goods delivery, you can tell them to go to a warehouse. So conduct all goods delivery inbound and outbound through warehouses, period. Which we could now enable that because our warehouses are pretty well situated. And then reserve warehouse cargo trucks for local transfers. So 25% of the warehouse truck capacity will be sent out to just deliver in town. And then you can also do improved warehouse locality, which is warehouse to warehouses. but there's no way to, you can tell it to prefer ship, plane, and train instead of highway, but you can't, and this is in beta, it's experimental, or it was. Maybe they finally stabilized this. There's no way to tell them prefer train. Sleep well, Ghosty. I'm about to wrap it up, so you're not going to miss a whole lot here at the end. I don't know if there's a mod in the Steam Workshop. We could look real quick. Actually, I should just Google it. Cities Skylines mod prefer rail for city transfer. Massive rail station, commuter rail, and metro station. Optimized outside connections, improved public transport. Nope. Nope. There's nothing really. There's no mod out there that I can see that. This is all just going to be a bunch of roads and stuff. Let's limit it to mods. Cargo info, cargo ferries, cargo info, train converter. It will automatically convert existing trains. No, that's not what we want to do. River cargo mod, not what we want. Better train boarding, that's for passengers. Metro train swaps sounds kind of interesting, but it's not one I've heard of before. Be nice to be able to go between light rail and optimize outside connections. That just makes sure your vehicles are more full when they leave, which I have. Rebalanced industries. What do you do? Cargo traffic decreases. Overemployed industries will keep their extra employees but won't hire more. Some buildings that haven't had deliveries. Warehouses, farming, forestry, mining, oil. Meat factories also. Yeah, nothing that does anything with rail either. That probably would have been our best bet. Local only transport, but that's... a shot for cargo. Yeah, I don't think they're... I don't think there's really a way to do it. It's produced so many cargo planes, vans, and trucks into actual industries, DLC ones, whatever. It's just visual. Nothing that I see that would give that functionality. But this is dumb that they're doing this. Now, how can I solve this? The easy answer would be get rid of the planes. But then all of these trucks that are the few, which is, I don't know, it's about a third of the trucks that are loading onto planes would all go here. When I had the idea for the airport, I thought that's what they would use to export out of town. I guarantee you he's... Oh, he's actually exporting out of town. There is one plane that's smart enough to you know, leave town. Oh my god, look at all that air traffic. Holy crap. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of planes. You're coming in for a landing here, aren't you? That is such an unsafe approach. GTA landing style right there, boy. Whatever, we'll just have to live with the fact they're using planes and that this is a parking lot now. Oh my god, it's backed up onto the runway. How many planes are right here? At least 2. No, there's 3 planes, 4 planes right there. You can tell by counting what are they called? The bit that sticks up? Ailerons? Hey, Jumanji, what's up? What? He overshot, had to back up. There are now 5 planes right here. Winglets. Oh, ailerons, these things back here. Yeah. There are 5 planes right there waiting to go in here. And I just... The only thing I can think of that might alleviate this somewhat is if I do that. But that's cargo plane, that's passenger plane. He's just gonna be stuck there. And it's all because they prefer just these 2 airplanes. It's like this one has active flights. 5, 3, 15. But they can't get there. And this one has 21. I don't understand why it doesn't balance it out across them. See, now he's not going to be able to leave. He's just going to sit there. Oh my god, it instantly spawned another one ready to export. I just want to clear this off a little bit to see if my passenger planes will use this. And here comes a passenger plane. Are you going to be... Nope. Hey, you want to stick to this one. Yeah, I don't know that there's really a whole lot I could do about it other than try to find a place to put a second runway. Which, where that would be, I don't know. I just don't have any space here for a second runway. I could maybe get one in here if I move our little aviation club and our disaster response unit. I could maybe get a runway here that services just cargo. That's about the only place it could really go. And even then, that would be a really tight fit. So I'd have to get the planes, like if they landed, let's see, you would want them landing this direction and taking off that direction so that you don't have them taking off into the path of a landing plane, right? Well, they would be landing in the path of another landing plane too. But if we went that direction with a really short runway, we'd have to bring it off and in, and also have room to bring them back out to taxi so that they can take off. That's an option to consider, but not tonight. I'm tired. So we're gonna go peek at the Who's Live page. There we go. That's the answer to that question. That was easy. There's a rule at Vainglorious Gaming. If Cardo's live, it'd be better if you had more than one way in and out of those cargo alleyways. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I just didn't see anywhere that I could do it. Anyways, guys, I will be back live tomorrow afternoon over on YouTube for the weekly community stream with GTA Online with the Vainglorious community. We do dailies, then we do a playlist, and then we do a GFred, and it's a lot of fun. And then I'll be live again tomorrow night right here on Twitch at 7 p.m. So I hope to see you in both of those streams. Follow me on Twitter so you get announcements of all the live streams, as well as videos and other silliness that I post. And hey, come hang out with us on the Vainglorious Discord server. There are your raid emotes. Whether you are a subscriber or not, you can copy pasta those and drop those into Cardo's chat when we get over there in just a moment. I hope to see you guys for both streams tomorrow. And let's go show some love to our very good friend Cardo, who's playing some Valheim tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Have a great night, everyone.